Hello Year 3 and welcome to your guided reading video for today. Now it is Thursday the 11th of February and what we're going to do today, we're going to read a little bit more of Operation Gadget Man and then I've explained your activity on the sheet for today. Detective Warner said quietly, "Are you sure there was no one around when all this money came out of the cash dispenser?" "I didn't see anyone," Bean shook her head. "And I was looking. I didn't want anyone to think we were trying to damage the machine." "So what does this induction oscillator, what's it look like?" asked Louisa. Beans glanced at Detective Warner. His lips were a thin slash across his mouth, his expression stern. She took a deep breath. It's sort of like one of those small notebook computers you can get. It's got a small keyboard and an LCD screen and all the bits Dad tacked onto it." "Would your dad keep notes or blueprints on the induction oscillator about the house?" asked the detective. Bean shook her head, then shrugged anxiously. "I don't know. He might do." Detective Warner looked straight at Beans. "We need to get hold of any information on the oscillator before your dad's kidnappers do." Bean's heart threatened to burst out of her chest. Do you think the kidnappers might come back?" "I don't know. They have your dad, so I wouldn't have thought so," replied the detective. "But we need to stay one step ahead of them. You must be very careful who you talk to." Beans and Detective Warner looked at each other. "So, what are you going to do?" Beans asked desperately. "You must do something." "Don't worry. We intend to," Detective Warner replied. "First, do you mind if we keep this letter of your dad's? It will help us with our enquiries." Beans shrugged. The sitting room was still, with everyone deep in thought. From a tree in the back garden, Beans could hear a bird chirping. It sounded so strange, so unwelcome. "So you do believe me?" Beans asked to break the unbearable silence. Detective Warner nodded. "Oh, yes. We shall certainly start investigating. Tell me, is your mum at home?" Beans shook her head. "My mum died over 5 years ago." "Do you have an older brother or sister to look after you?" the detective asked. "Do you know anything about the induction oscillator?" Do they know anything about the induction oscillator? "No, I'm an only child, don't worry. I'll phone my gran. She'll look after me until Dad can come home." Detective Warner stood up. "The next thing to do is to take you down the station and get a formal statement." "We're coming too, aren't we?" Louisa. Anne stood up also. "Too right." Louisa got to her feet, following by a weary Beans. Detective Warner studied each one of the girls. He found, "On second thoughts, I'd better get the search for your father underway. I'll take all your statements another time. Look, Beans, let me give you my telephone number. It's for my mobile phone, so you can reach me at any time. We're not really supposed to do this, but I want you to feel you can count on me. If you find any blueprints or notes about your dad's invention, please phone me any time of the day, of the night. Don't forget." "I won't," Beans replied. Detective Warner stood up. "Right then. Got a pen? I'm Detective Julian Warner, and my phone number is 44295. And we're going to leave it there for today, Year 3. So the activity today is on the class page. What I'd like you to do is think about all the different reasons why Louisa and Anne are such good friends to Beans. I can't wait to see your work. Once you've done it, as always, please can you upload it to Class Dojo. See you soon.